The 2019 CAOC Street Fighter of the Year finalists are true profiles in courage, working against all odds to protect their clients from dangers like raging fires,
I knew I had to do something.
workplace harassment,
As a small firm, you're putting a lot of money into the case.
and the corporate greed of the insurance industry.
They decided that was the case that they were going to try to take up to the Supreme Court.
Each of them a shining example, not just for their clients, but for our common cause, justice on behalf of consumers. Martin Aarons and Shannon Ward fought on the front lines of the Me Too movement before it was a daily headline. Their clients worked at a Temecula winery, where their paycheck came with daily abuse.
The new manager came in and he basically began a campaign of sexual assault and harassment against both of them, touching them from behind, grabbing their private parts, pinning them against the wall and trying to kiss them, making all sorts of lewd comments to them.
The manager was fired, then unbelievably rehired, and the abuse continued.
It's just mind-blowing. Like, who does that? You've gotten rid of this toxin. Why bring it back in?
Arguing damages for 2 minimum wage employees was a huge challenge and gamble in the days before the Me Too revolution. But Aarons and Ward won a significant recovery for their clients, plus punitive damages.
It's the impact that it has on these young women's lives that will echo from today through the rest of their lives. They'll always have that at the back of their mind.
It's a verdict that sends a strong message to employers that abuse won't be tolerated.
I feel great about the result. I feel great about the justice that we got.
Jeffrey Ehrlich took on an epic battle with the insurance industry that took him all the way to the California Supreme Court. He got the call after attorneys Sevi Fisher and Grayson Goody won a major verdict for their client, Dave Pebley, who was hurt in a devastating crash. But the defense appealed the verdict to the Supreme Court. That's where Ehrlich stepped in.
The significance of the Pebley decision is that plaintiffs who are injured can shop around for what they believe is the best medical care for their circumstances, even if that might be more expensive than what their health insurance would have paid for.
Dave Pebley chose to get treatment outside his Kaiser Health plan from doctors he felt were better qualified and worked on a lien. In their appeal, the defense argued that was too much.
Can't get Mercedes treatment is what the defense called it when the rest of us are getting Ford treatment. They say he had Kaiser and he should get his care through the coverage.
The Supreme Court agreed that Mr. Pebley was entitled to the best treatment for him. It's a ruling that affects every one of us in California.
What Pebley means is that if you are injured by a negligent defendant, that you have the right to go out and shop for the health care that you think would be best for you.
Catherine Stebner and her team stood up and spoke out for her clients who couldn't for themselves. Elderly and infirmed patients, all trapped in a building as the 2017 Sonoma Tubbs fire raged closer.
Everyone in the facility was either non-ambulatory or demented, or both. And the fire came and there was no plan.
When the fire came, the facility staff left, abandoning the residents inside. It was family members who ultimately helped rescue the residents.
So what did they do? They go get the tow hitch from their car. They throw the tow hitch in and break the window and go in and start pulling these people out.
Stebner sued for elder abuse, negligence, and emotional distress.
What was unusual about this case are several things. Number one is the people were demented, and what are the damages for someone in terms of, they were going to be upset anyway. What's the difference in how upset they were because they did it wrong versus what happened? Number two, we had to basically get this case ready in 3 months, and we had 23 plaintiffs.
Stebner achieved a settlement on the eve of trial that will ensure facilities are held accountable in the future.
We took a case that I had no idea what it was worth. I had no idea how to prove it. I just knew what they did was wrong. We gave it our all, and that makes me proud.
The 2019 Street Fighter of the Year finalists, making change, fighting for justice, and serving as shining examples of the ideals we all strive for as consumer attorneys of California.